Thanatophobia. Yes, thanatophobia. This is the fear of dying. Have you guys ever thought about this? Well, in today's video, we're talking about why humans have this fear of death and 3 positive ways to overcome it. Let's get right into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to Philosophies. My name is Philip Micha, and it's so good to see your beautiful smiling faces here once again. Now today we're talking about fear of death. This is something that is very apparent in our lives right now because of this deadly disease going around that has caused a lot of anxiety for loved ones, for ourselves, for people that we know and work with. Fear of death has creeped into our lives more than ever right now, but fear of death has always been around since the beginning of humanity. Why is this? What is the cause of this struggle that we fear death, that we fear the end? Now, I believe it is the fear of the unknown, the fear that we don't get a say in the matter. We don't get to choose the day that we die. This fear of the unknown and not knowing when our last breath could be is what causes us to struggle through this fear of death. Like I talked about in my last video, the unknown circumstances of what happens after death. We don't know what happens after death, but I think it moves past that. I think it moves into more of a realm that we are unknown when we are gonna die. We don't get to choose the day that we die. We don't get to choose, okay, after I finish writing that book, after I finish this project at work, after I finished leveling up my character, then I am ready to die. And I think that is what scares a lot of us. We all have so much we want to finish before we die that there's just not enough time. Now imagine if you did get to choose the day, the second, and how you die. Would you choose to die tomorrow? Or would you choose to die in 1,000 years? Would you choose to die in 10,000 years? How long would you choose to live for? This is a very interesting question, and it really makes us think, wow, would it even make a difference if I chose to live forever or chose to die in 10 years? Now, this leads to a lot of struggle because should we live a safe life? Should we just be alive? Do the things that nature says we should do? Or should we truly be alive? Should we go out and experience life? Even though it may be dangerous, even though it may be our last breath, what should we do in life while we are alive right now before that last breath is taken? Now, I want to talk about 3 positive ways that you can overcome this fear of death. It is something that I am still overcoming, but I practice these 3 ways and so that I understand it a little more. I understand it in my own life a little more. So let's get right into it with the first way to overcome death. Take control of your life. Now, taking control of your life means that you understand what it is like to truly be alive. Now, taking control also means that you have no addictions. You have nothing controlling who you are as a person. This also means that you should try new things. You should go out and find your passions, find what you love, find the person you love, find friends that you can do all those things with. To truly take control of your life means that you are in the driver's seat. You are truly alive as you go down that highway towards death, because death is inevitable. It will happen no matter what. But if you take control of your life, then you are now in the driver's seat. You're not in the passenger seat. You're not standing on the side of the road watching everyone else's life go by. No, you are driving the car of your own life. So take control of your life. Look into it. I promise it'll help with the fear of death. Let's get right into way number 2. So positive way number 2 to overcome death is you need to learn to accept it. Death is natural. It occurs to everything that is living. And I think to move a little farther past this, you need to understand that death is not happening to you because it is not all about you. If you lose a loved one, a family member, or a friend, that is happening solely to them. Yes, it may affect the world around them, but it is not happening directly to you. You can mourn them, you can grieve over their loss, but it is ultimately going to happen to every one of us It is happening to that sole person and that sole person only, and you don't need to think of it as the worst thing happening to only you. Now, the other thing to understand about death is that it is the yin and yang to life. Without death, there would be no life, and without life, there would be no death. It is like that good versus evil, yin and yang. Good can be considered that life, beautiful life blooming up everywhere, where evil can be considered the death, decay. Now, to understand death and to understand that it happens to every living thing can put you one step closer to understanding a little bit more about death and really starting to overcome your fear of it. Now, positive way number 3 to overcome death is plan for your own death. This may be the weirdest thing, but it also might be the one step that actually really helps you out. Now, with my own experience on this, I used to meditate on my own death a lot. I would walk myself through the process of dying. I would sit and I would imagine a number of ways. Each meditation was a different way of dying. I walked myself through that process. I walked myself through my body losing breath and then what would happen next in my mind. Another meditation you can do is walk yourself through old age, dying from a heart condition or things giving up. Imagine it, picture it, walk yourself through that process. Because if you meditate on it, it's not actually happening. Don't worry. It's not actually happening to you. You are not actually dying right there, but walking yourself through it can help you understand a little bit more about the dying process, can help you not be so scared about it because you are facing it head on. And when you really choose to meditate and walk yourself through it in your meditation, it becomes a little more real than if you were just kind of thinking about it while you're at work. So those are 3 ways to help you overcome death. Death is a very scary thing and is something we're all worrying about in life, because without death, there would be no life. We are truly alive right now. We are truly living. And without that healthy fear of death, then we wouldn't do the things that we did to survive. We wouldn't strive to live a truly good life if we did not fear death. But I truly think it is something that you should think about, because is this fear of death affecting how you live your life right now? Thank you guys so much for being here. It means the world to me. I will see you next time for another video. Peace out.